My choice for the next special release 2019 from Diageo is Cardhu, which is the spiritual home of John Walker and Sons. Most people may be familiar with Cardhu through their commercial bottlings of their 12-year-old, their 15-year-old and 18-year-old expressions. These sell incredibly well in the Mediterranean countries like Greece and Spain, and it's only in the last couple of years that we've actually taken some of that allocation and promoted it, recommended it for people to drink in the UK. Now, Cardhu is almost like having a reawakening. The 12-year-old is noted for its creamy, sweet mouthfeel. Now, the best thing about the special releases, it allows the master blenders at Diageo to experiment, to create a new flavour. So, with this particular expression, which I'm going to taste along with Henry, who is the features editor for Master of Malt. And what's happened here is we've taken the 12-year-old core expression and then we've converted it, or changed it, or re-racked it into a sherry cask. Now, for some people who are not familiar with sherry and all the different expressions that it gives, we've chosen to give a sheen, an extra coat to Cardhu by putting it into an Amontillado cask, which gives almost a medium kind of nutty richness to the whiskey. So if you can just imagine Amontillado, as you can see from here, thick, rich and viscous, with almost like a hard toffee nose. We've taken 12-year-old Cardhu and put it into an Amontillado cask for an extra 2 years. This is Cardhu in HD. Probably the most complex expression that I've tasted from this distillery in a very long time. And I've tasted Amber Rock, I've tasted Gold Reserve, the 12, the 15 and the 18. But this is very, very special. So whether you are a fan of sherry and you want to see that express itself in Cardhu, or whether you are a Cardhu fan and you want to see how it can be elevated by a different cask, or even a beginner who's never tasted Cardhu, of the special releases, this is innovation by the Diageo blenders that have created something a little bit special. So without further ado, I think we should join together, Henry, and taste Cardhu. Incidentally, this has come out of the barrel in Scotland at 55%. So once again, for those of you who are maybe a little bit shy of the nose prickle or the alcohol burn, just a couple of drops of water will unleash the aromas and just dumb down, temper down the alcohol. Beautiful colour. I don't really go too much on colour, but what I would say is sometimes you can wax lyrical. So this is the colour of a Speyside sunset. On the nose, I'm getting a mature apple, orchard fruit, and whereas that normal creamy sweetness you get with the 12-year-old and the other expressions, the Amontillado has changed that. There's just a hint, just a drizzle of allspice coming through on the nose. I think, Henry, it's time to taste. Yeah. Here's to Helen Cumming. Oh my God, this is where that 2 years in sherry cask has completely transformed the whiskey. Imagine, as it happens, I have here, this is Cardhu straight off the still. This is Cardhu after 14 years maturation. 2 of them in an Amontillado cask. I think it should be said, to summarize, is that the master blenders in Diageo are the people who make decisions to create new flavors and new expressions, which makes whiskey such a fantastic category to be working in 2019 going forward. Special release, Cardhu, 55%, 12 years in American barrels, added to 2 years in Spanish Amontillado casks. This truly is a meeting of 2 different countries brought together to create a new expression for Cardhu. 14 years old, smells like teen spirit, tastes like Nirvana. Fantastic expression.